Hello you guys, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Taylor, the founder and designer of NYGC by Taylor, or Not Your Grandma's Crochet, and I'm currently working on my upcoming collection that is supposed to be launching in literally a month on Friday, March 17th. Today is unfortunately Friday, February 17th, and boy do I have a lot to do. Unfortunately, I don't know how much progress we'll be making in this particular vlog because my current focus is on this custom that I'm working on. My website is closed and has been closed since July, but a friend told me that they wanted to get another friend a bag for their birthday literally almost a year ago. So I told them that I would allow them to purchase a bag, and I need to have this done by Monday/Tuesday. I told myself that I would try to do a better job of showing you guys what I'm talking about when I'm talking about it. So if you didn't know, this is a small NYGC handbag. This is what it looks like fully built. Now, the main difference between this bag and the custom that I'm working on, besides the color, is that I will be increasing the size of this NYGC embroidering, and I made this 1 inch, I'm calling it deeper, just because I want to be able to fit my yarn comfortably in the bag. So where I was trying to say is that besides building this bag this weekend, which will look like this, I also have to build the bag in black because I'm doing such a terrible job explaining this. This is sample number 1. That's how I decided I wanted to make the changes. Black is sample number 2, and I want to finish sample number 2 before I build this bag because I just want to make sure that the bag is completely to my desire before I put the custom order together. And yes, today will be interesting. I'm not sure how much I will be able to get done today just because this morning I had a meeting with my mom. I work as her social media manager for a company as well as her digital assistant. I also, this past week was Valentine's Day week, and me and my boyfriend like had a cute small Valentine situation on actual Valentine's Day, but neither of one of us have classes today, so we're probably going to go to the movies, go shopping, eat food, all of our favorite things. And yeah, if I could finish this panel today, that would make me happy and I would be on track, but I guess we'll see. I'm very excited for this week. Oh, I guess I should also mention, so I'm currently working on my research project, which is like the big thing at my school, and I need to get my second draft in to my advisors by Sunday evening. Additionally, I have two on-campus jobs, and we have an event on Sunday which requires me to hang out with people Sunday evening, unfortunately. So we are going to be as productive as humanly possible considering all the things we have to do. And yeah, I'm excited to be black. Let's just cut it there. Good morning, you guys. It's currently Sunday, February 19th at 11:40 a.m. and I've been a bad vlogger. Okay, well, the truth is, so Friday, me and my boyfriend did like our late Valentine's Day stuff, and we were out from like 11 a.m. until 9 p.m. ish, and it was fun. We like went to the mall, didn't really buy any clothes, but we did see the movie Plane, which was, we really wanted to see Knock on the Cabin, but I messed up the show times and we got there a little bit too late. So we saw Plane instead, and it wasn't terrible for a last minute movie pick. Then we got some food, and at the mall that we went to had like a movie theater, and the movie theater was connected to the mall. And so we've been there before, and typically I would get like some Chinese food because the Chinese ladies will like call you over. They're really trying to get business. And so they told me that they had like a gluten-free chicken, and they just give me like steamed white rice. And I've done that like 2 or 3 times before. So after the movie, we were really, really hungry, and I did that. And I was chilling. We ended up leaving, not finding anything to buy. So then we went to Plato's Closet just to do some light thrifting, and I picked up a few things. None of it's in grabbing space, but yeah, so I picked up a few things, and then we headed back to our college. Well, when we got back, I like ate some more of the Chinese food because I had leftovers, and my body was like, girl, that was not gluten-free. And so I proceeded to be in shambles. Well, okay, I shouldn't even lie. I didn't really realize how not gluten-free it was until like 2:30 a.m. Saturday morning, because y'all, shambles. I was in shambles. So yeah, I spent mostly all day yesterday just kind of like trying to feel better, and also like just work on the custom order some. And I also, if I can grab it, so on Friday when I got back, I like really wanted to crochet some, not needlepoint. So I started working on this skirt, which I really, really love, and it's turning out good. I'll talk more about this stuff like later today. But anyways, yesterday I did end up finishing the front and / back panel of the custom. I also edited a YouTube video that will be going up today, and I did my financial accounting homework. So that was pretty much yesterday. I feel a lot better now. Still like a little bit of lingering effects, but nothing crazy. So I got up this morning and worked on the front and / back panel, the last panel that I need to do. I decided yesterday that it doesn't really make sense for me to finish up my black sample, just because I want to be in, like, the bag is good as is, like it doesn't really need the fixes, and I just want to get it out. So I'm just going to prioritize getting this done, because hopefully we can finish this and get it out Monday maybe, but we'll see. Because today, right now, I'm actually about to head to go work on my paper a little bit, because I need to turn in my second draft tonight. But I also have work obligations all day today, which is really like just, it always happens at the worst times that I have these work obligations. So yeah, I will be doing that for a few hours during the afternoon and also this evening, which is very unfortunate for me. So it might be a late night. We'll see. I at the very least want to finish this, but I won't be back to my room until 10:30 p.m. So yeah, it's gonna be a late one. I also, we'll have this conversation later today. But yeah, I'm about to head out to go work and finish up my draft, and then I guess I'll see you guys way later tonight. I'm sorry for being a bad vlogger. What do you guys think about my hair? This is like my crochet's country that I love, but nobody else seems to love it, but it's fine because I love it. And I literally wear it just about every single day and every single night. And yeah, see you guys later tonight. You guys, I am in my flop vlogger era, and it's okay because I'm gonna do better. Today is Monday, February 20th. It's 4:00 p.m. and let me catch you guys up. So I told you guys that this weekend was gonna be, or Sunday specifically, was gonna be a lot because I wanted to finish another draft of my research paper, and I also had a lot of work obligations to do. Well, it did end up, in fact, being very chaotic. I was literally in the library from 12 p.m. to 10 p.m. I stopped for a little bit to do a work obligation, and then my second work obligation got canceled, thankfully. And even after being at the library until 10 p.m., I still didn't finish what I need to do. So then I had to wake up this morning and finish that. Thankfully, it's done now. My French advisor is giving me all her comments right now, and it's a lot that needs to be fixed, and I have a week to fix it all. But that's a worry for another day. So yeah, that's the update. Additionally, I'm still working on the custom order that I really want to finish by tomorrow afternoon. I just finished the front and / back panel. Excuse me. So now all the main panels are done. I love this color. It's literally the same. We're gonna ignore that I just did that. I love this color. I would have never ever picked this color out for myself, but this color looks so freaking good, and I wish I could make a bag for myself this color. That being said, it's currently 4:00. I need to go to work at 5, but I also need to cut out the purse pieces, so the handle, the purse feet, the purse closure situation, so that those can be ready for me to complete later tonight. But additionally, I wanted to add in that I really think I want to start doing these vlogs a little bit differently. I was doing the Monday through Thursday, Friday through Sunday situation just so that I felt comfortable picking up the camera, and so that it didn't feel like my vlogs were forever, because that one weekend one was literally an hour and 30 minutes. But now I think I'm getting a better feel for when I should pick up the camera and when I shouldn't. Still have room to improve, but I feel more comfortable about that. So I think I'm going to switch it to, in order to make the vlogs more interesting, I'll just keep vlogging until I finish or hit a certain milestone. For instance, I would have ended the vlog yesterday, but 1, I haven't filmed nearly enough, and 2, I really want to show the completed bag by the end of this, because then what's the point of you guys staying to watch the whole thing, you know? So we'll see how that works out. Let's cut these pieces. I'm really hoping that I have what I need for these pieces, because I'm not confident that I do. Not my boyfriend pausing his game when I just spent the whole time talking over it. It's fine. Let's cut these pieces.
A revelation. Last night, a new group of recruits joined our ranks and have already been sworn in. They have traveled far, from the east, west, south, and north. They're coming. Gotta get to the RPGs. Where would they be? Towers. It's gotta be the tower.
Okay, I cut out the purse pieces, and now I'm going to head to work. It's going to be a long night tonight, but we're gonna get this done. I hope you guys enjoyed that clip of me. Oh, Okay, I wanted to say that I know on Friday I said that I was gonna build the sample first and then build this one, but obviously we're not doing that. Mostly because the samples, like the pink sample, is completely fine, and I'm still deciding if I want to make changes for the black sample, and I can't wait around for me to make that decision before building this green. So yeah, this is the focus. Okay, what's up, you guys? I'm back from work, and I also got dinner. It's currently like 9:24, and let's needlepoint and have chit chat. Don't mind the sound in the back. That's my boyfriend's game, and I'm not gonna make him turn it off. So anywho, so my friend texted me about the cost of a bag, and so I was going through with my boyfriend how much a bag needs to cost, and we do this pretty often, like go through how much I should charge for a bag, because if you've been here for a second, you would know that I initially priced my bags when I first launched this time last year. I only had a medium at the time, and the medium was $75. And then when I did launch the small, I changed the small to being $75 and the medium to $90, thinking I was really doing something. So then when I finally timed myself and saw how long it took to make a bag, I think I timed myself for the small and it was like 21 hours. Disgust. I was, yeah, it was insane. But that being said, I now just have it stuck in my mind that I want my bags to be affordable. However, I don't know, it's just a real struggle for me because I don't like the idea that my bags, I don't like the I struggle. Okay, I think I have two struggles. The first struggle is like, I just don't truly know, are my bags really worth that much money to people? You know what I'm saying? Like, what makes a designer bag worth that much money? The fact that it's designer. If that Chanel bag didn't have Chanel name attached to it, would you pay that? Probably not. Now those bags are also not like artisanal crafted bags or whatever. So what's a good example? I can't even think of a good example because most bags are, while still requiring human labor, a lot of it can be done with a sewing machine, and it's really the cost of materials that costs a lot. For me, it's the opposite. My cost of materials honestly is not that much, especially compared to if someone was knitting a merino wool sweater. However, the amount of time that it takes me to make a bag, as well as the physical labor, the strain that it takes on my hand, the time that I'm sitting, all that, that's really what you're paying for. And so yeah, I was having the conversation with my friend about like my prices, and my friend was very understanding about just like the prices, period, point blank. She didn't like question me on them. But I don't know, I felt like even just typing out the prices to her, I felt so then I opened up TikTok, and this girl was talking about the price of her pillows. So she sold these ginormous pillows. They were like evil eye pillows, and they were crochet, and they had like stuffing on the inside because it's a pillow. And she said that for a pillow that it takes her 4 hours to make, she charges $50 for a pillow. And I was like, $50 for a pillow? That's kind of insane, but okay. But then she went on and she said that for said pillow, it takes her like 3 balls of Bernay velvet yarn. And if you know anything about Bernay yarns, period, point blank, they all cost about $12.99. And so she said for each of those yarn balls, it was $12.99. In addition, she also included like the cost of her hook and her scissors, which I guess is a cost that you should consider when you're thinking of like the labor or material that it takes to make something or crochet something, but let's just replace the cost of her scissors and hook with the cost of stuffing that she used for the pillow, because she did include that. But all in all, she said her materials cost her $53, but she was only charging $50 for the pillow. So that means every single bag she was making, not only was she not making a profit, but she was losing $3 a pillow. You spend 4 hours out of your day, probably more because you have to go to Joe or Michael's or wherever to go pick up said yarn. You spend let's give it 5 hours a day to lose $3. And then people in the comments were like, oh, you need to charge at least $80 for that pillow. And it's like, yeah, you do need to charge at least $80 for that pillow. But also, if your materials alone are $53, then realistically, okay, if your materials are $53 and the time it takes you to make said pillow is 4 hours, even if you're charging yourself $10 an hour, so $40 plus the material, which is $53, you really need to be charging at least $100 for that pillow. And that's only paying yourself $10 an hour. And you're still only making about $50, not even $47 for that pillow. Yeah, it's really hard out here in these crafting streets because either your material is expensive or the cost. Yeah, I don't know. It was like God sent me that video to be like, Taylor, you are about to see a video that's going to be absolutely ridiculous, but then think about yourself. Think about how much you are charging and how much you should be charging. And the more I think about it, I think that my stress comes from when I first started crocheting the summer of 2020, and people would DM me, but this was before I had a website, people would DM me and be like, hey Taylor, how much would it be for a set? And I would say like $110 for a short and shirt set, or $125. And they'd be like, oh, I really love it, but I just can't afford that right now. And I'd be like, oh, like I totally understand. But after getting that like 12 times, you start to feel ashamed, embarrassed almost of saying the cost, because you know that the conversation's going to cut off right then and there. And it's completely understandable, but it still is not necessarily the best feeling. But at the same time, eventually one day a girl, and this ended up being my first ever order, I think, but a girl messaged me and she was like, hey, how much would it be for not one top but 2 tops? And I texted my boyfriend and I was like, this girl wants 2 tops, not just one, but 2. And so we came up with a price for both of them, and I think it ended up being maybe around $120, $125, maybe $145. I don't remember. Something like that for 2 tops. And I told her the number and I was like texting my boyfriend. I was like, yeah, she's probably gonna say that she doesn't want the top anymore. When I sent her the number, she was like, okay, cool. How do you want me to send you the money? And it was shocking to me. It was the first time that someone had ever not only responded positively to the price, but actually wanted to continue through with the process. And I guess I say that to say that really, at the end of the day, when all is said and done, people are only going to pay what you tell them to pay. And those that can't pay it will say that they can't pay it. And I'm looking for these. Those that can't pay it will say that they can't pay it, and that's completely fine. I completely understand. But those that can't pay it will say, send me your Zelle. So yeah, I guess to all my artists out there, our responsibility is our art. And if your art happens to cost a lot to do, well, I guess that kind of is what it is now, isn't it? It's so easy to preach that right now, but I promise you, in a few weeks, around March 10th, when I'm preparing my website, we're going to be having this conversation one more time. But for now, charge what you deserve, girls and boys. Good evening, you guys. It's currently 8:27 p.m. I recently got back from financial accounting, my class that I have. I don't think I've ever told you guys that I was taking. Anyways, I'm taking an accounting class. I'm glad that I'm taking it for my business. It is difficult, but I like it because my professor really believes that everyone should be financially literate, whether you're a dancer, a lawyer, or a business econ major. And I think it's going to be helpful for my future. And also, it's not really that challenging. The girls are lying. I mean, like, it's hard, don't get me wrong, but I wouldn't say I'm particularly great at math. And you don't really have to be, because you're working in Excel, where for the most part, it does the math for you. All you need to know is, like, categorization and then, like, definitions. Anywho, I also didn't, I started this very chaotically. So today is Tuesday. Today's the day that I wanted to have the custom done. However, I started to feel some symptoms last night, like my glutening wasn't quite gone. It's kind of one of the main downsides to this allergy compared to my other allergy. For the most part, with my coconut oil allergy, it might be rough for 1, 2, maybe even 3 days, but after that, I'm chilling. Gluten takes forever to get out your system, and once it's there, like, you can have like up to a week to 2 weeks worth of physical symptoms and then upwards of a month of mental symptoms. And it honestly takes gluten like up to 2 years to completely get out of your system. So yeah, whenever I get glutened, it's like I'm restarting all over again, and I hate it, and my body hates it. And if you're wondering, the best way to treat it is honestly to rest. I sometimes take medicine for like specific aches or symptoms that I'm having, but to be honest, unless it's a headache or I'm feeling nauseous, I just kind of have to take it easy that day. So last night I was starting to feel not so great again. I mean, I had been experiencing symptoms since I had been glutened, but they were manageable, not to get into the gritty details. But what I was feeling last night, I was like, okay, Taylor, let's put yourself to sleep. So I went to sleep and I woke up, and I also told my friend that I was gonna need an extra day. They were completely fine with that. So I woke up and I did get some more done. The other thing that happened last night was I could not find for the life of me my purse closures, like this piece. Obviously I found one now, but I bought like 25 right before I left for winter break, and I'm thinking that I left them in Atlanta, which was really frustrating me, and for a while I couldn't even find one. So I'm thankful to have at least found 2 or 3 so I can get through this order and 1 or 2 of my samples, but I'm gonna have to buy some more on Friday. So that's a note to future Taylor. Anywho, I have completed some of the pieces. I did like the purse feet, I did the purse closure, I did the other coordinating purse closure piece, and I've been starting on the handles. I currently have essentially like 2.5 handles done, and I just need to finish another 1.5. Oh, this was the piece I was telling you about. So yeah, is it gonna be a long night? Yes. However, I'm kind of excited to be working on this tonight. And yeah, I'll keep you guys updated. I think that I'll probably finish up those like smaller purse pieces, and then usually I call it embroidering, but like top stitching I guess is the correct way of saying it. We're gonna say I usually do the embroidering of the NYGC lettering before I make the pocket, but I think I might want to get all the crochet bits done and save the embroidery for way later tonight. So yeah, it's currently like 8:30. Let's see how long it takes me / before I check it again. And we are getting this done tonight because I told my friend that I could have it to them by tomorrow afternoon. So yeah. Oh, also today, I never even mentioned, so I was taking it easy today also a little bit. I did wake up and make some more progress on this, but I didn't go to my first class today because I wasn't feeling good and I knew I had to go to my research meeting. You guys, side eye. I went to my research meeting, and mind you, they are commenting in my draft. So I could see roughly where they were at in my draft, and they were still not at the new stuff. And it's just very frustrating because I told them that I want to turn it in next week. And I also understand I will take some accountability that yes, I took longer to get them this new stuff, but they told me that they were going to read through it last week. And then I give them the draft, and they spend all this time making comments about things that they've had for 2 to 3 months, but they don't want to start on the new stuff, which I know they're going to have comments on because nobody's put eyes on it besides myself. And then they were like, yeah, like, well, okay, they were extremely positive. They were like, you're definitely on track, everything's looking good, as long as those last 2 chapters are good and you make the edits that we're sending you, you should be good to turn it in next week. However, they were like, on the off chance that things are off. And I was like, I'm turning this thing in. Give me all your edits. I will complete them all in the next week. But next Wednesday, come March 1st. And they were like, does that mean that next week will be our last meeting? And I was like, yeah, it will be. Sorry. I'm kidding. They were actually not too painful this meeting, but I was very taken aback by the fact that they still haven't read my last 2 chapters. So anyway, let's get working and hope that the headache medicine I just took will make this slightly more bearable. Okay, it's currently 2:42 a.m. I know, insane. I finished up all the panels and now I just need to put it together, but I want to show you guys. So, let me see if I can help the situation. Can you see it? Yeah, okay, so this is the NYGC panel. I know that some people like don't love the monochrome as much as I do. I get it, and when my website's open, you can customize it to be whatever color your heart desires. But me personally, I don't know. I just love it. It also has a snap on that side. Then the pocket with the snap. I need to sew this in. Note to self. The purse strap pieces, both sides, and the bottom. I'm telling you, that TikTok comment that told me to start doing this, bless you. It literally makes so much sense. So, thank you. Alright, let's build this bad boy. I already know I've got a night ahead of me because the worst part of this whole process is probably the strap. But we'll cross that bridge when we get there. Y'all, it is literally 6:30 a.m. but I finished. The bag is done. It literally looks so freaking good. I love this color. so much. I never would have anticipated liking this color, and yeah, what can you say? The trials and tribulations that it took to get here, you guys, it was like 3 a.m. and the fire alarm goes off. And if you've ever lived in a college dorm, the fire alarms, that was annoying. But I persisted, and now I have enough time to take a nap. Praise the Lord. Good morning. Good afternoon. This is a little bit rough. Let's do a take 2. Good afternoon, you guys. So, not feeling my #greatest, got gluten, and for some reason these symptoms want to stick around, but we are pushing our way through because we are 3 weeks away from launch. I am launching I'm gonna call it a capsule collection because it's not really seasonal, but a capsule collection Friday, March 17th. My website has been password protected since July 2nd of 2022. My business has been through so many different cycles in the past 8 months, and I will be so excited to finally be able to allow people to purchase. So let's talk about what the focus of this vlog will be. Alright, so I decided last vlog that to make these a bit more interesting for you guys, and also to just, I don't know, have more fun with them, I was going to center vlogs around specific creations and not just specific days, because if you crochet, knit, or sew, you know that projects can take weeks upon weeks, and so you don't really get a lot at the end of the vlog if you haven't seen a new creation. So this week's vlog will be centered around the color green. Let's talk about it. For this color we have, and I don't even know, I think this is called grass green. Yeah, grass green. Anyways, for that color we have a mini NYGC handbag that I've done all of the main structure panels, but I still have to make the purse pieces and all the detailed pieces for. We have half of a corset. This is the first time anyone has seen the corset. I'm really excited to finish this up, and if you can't tell, I'm structuring the corset with the plastic canvas pieces. And we have a skirt. So yeah, that will be the focus. I'm hopefully turning in my research project on Wednesday, and I would really like to wear the skirt and the bag in turn in my research project outfit, but we'll see. Today is I never said that. I need to do better about that. Today is Friday. What time is it? Love?
It is 2:25.
It is currently 2:25 p.m. and I need to take content like photos and videos for my make a bag with me that I'll be posting today. I'm finally sharing this lovely color, the color pink. So let's put an outfit together for it and then force my boyfriend to take pictures of me with a bag. Thank you. Okay, so here's the outfit. I'm wearing this pink turtleneck, these black flare leggings with like the weaving, and then I have to show you the shoes. The shoes are everything. It is these gliding baby pink Air Force Ones. I think they were like the Valentine's Day love letter. I don't know. I got them on Depop. And it's really cold. It's like 27 degrees. So I'm wearing my black puffer. And then I have my hair up in a pink claw clip because I just washed my hair yesterday and so I don't want to wear it out. And then you see it. It looks good. Yeah.
Yes, it does.
Alright. We're off to get some content and then to Chipotle. See you guys soon. Good afternoon, you guys. I know the lighting is terrible, so I'm sorry.
Terrible.
Shut up. They'll survive. It's currently 11:45 a.m. on Sunday. I didn't vlog at all yesterday because after working on like doing my on-campus job, I decided to take the day off. And so anyways, I just finished one ball of yarn worth of the skirt, and so I made this one ball of yarn first, but I don't know, it just was giving too long because I don't want this to be mini, but I don't want it to be not mini either, if that makes sense. So anyways, I decided to try again with another ball of yarn using different measurements, and I have this, which works in my favor because I was actually able to get slightly farther using the shorter measurement. So, this is how this one looks. Because I still have to add the waistband to the top and also lining to the bottom. So with my butt, it should be exactly long enough because it's also not supposed to be fitted. Like, I want it to be fitted around my waist, but not around my hips. That's the hope, at least. So, now we're moving on to unraveling this, and we'll see how far this takes me. Crocheting things vertically up, horizontally around versus vertically down definitely feels more time consuming, but I think the finished product will be worth it. Let's see how much we can do today. Good morning, y'all. This lighting is once again questionable at best, but we'll survive. It's currently Wednesday, March 1st at like 7:45 a.m. And where have I been the past few days? So as you know, if you've been following along, I am working on this big research paper. My research paper is currently about 75 pages long. I'm a philosophy French double major, and it has to do with a philosophy of French, a francophone philosopher. In general, the research papers are due at the end of March. However, you can turn it in any day up until the day of March. I, because of my business, really wanted to turn mine in at the end of February. That didn't happen. It was fine. And so I said, I want to turn in March 1st, today. However, about 2 weeks ago, two and a half, 3 weeks ago, I sent my first draft, my first pretty solid draft of the whole thing, not just a chapter, to my advisors. I have 2 advisors, a French one and a philosophy one. And my French one has been on top of it. She is an editing queen. My philosophy one, it's a little touch and go. I will not lie. It's a little touch and go. But I had hope that he would, look at it. And so I turned in the draft right before I had to do a presentation to the whole philosophy department. And that was on, let's say I turned in the draft on a Wednesday. My meetings with them together are on Tuesday. So I expected that they both read it for that Tuesday. We get there, and my French advisor had only read the introduction, which she's read just about 1,000 times. And my philosophy advisor had only read half the introduction. Mind you, I gave them, let's say 62 pages, and they only got through the introduction, which has been just about the same since January, December almost. But I was like, okay, it's fine, I would really appreciate I know I need to make a few like content edits, so just wait until I send you guys the next draft and you guys can read. And I told my French advisor that she can go ahead and read the French chapter because I really wasn't going to work on that until the next week. I emailed them once again. I think I emailed them the draft on a Sunday or maybe even Monday morning, because what's the difference between Sunday and Monday morning? Truly, it's not like they're actually going to read it on Sunday. And the expectation was that they were going to read it all, give some edits, leave some comments, so that I could have my final draft ready for yesterday's meeting so that I could potentially turn in today. Well, and they weren't like, after they told me that after that second draft reading, even though they hadn't really read the other times, but after that second draft reading they weren't going to read anymore. And I was like, that's completely understandable. Well, I get to the meeting. How do I explain this? Well, anyways, so I get to the meeting. My French advisor had made it through the majority of it, and my philosophy advisor had only gotten to like the first half of chapter 1. And I was like, you know, like we went through a few things, and I was like, yeah, like I would really appreciate if you guys finish reading this so that I can turn it in next week. And so my French advisor, being the queen that she is, did in fact finish reading. I think she finished reading that night. And I was like, should I start making my corrections or should I wait? And so I decided to wait until my philosophy advisor went to town on it, because it's more of a philosophy research paper than a French one. And so I just figured he would probably have some big comments that I wanted to like think about altogether. It was Friday at this point and he still hadn't finished editing. Like, he hadn't edited again since the first half of the chapter 1. And so I was like, whatever. I started editing. I edit. It's Sunday. Still no new edits from him. And I'm like, okay, it's very much so giving I'm not turning in on Wednesday. And so finally, yesterday, I'm sitting in my French class and I pop open my laptop just to do a few like edits, because I was trying to finish my research completely on my end and on my French professor's end or my French advisor's end, so that depending on the edits he gave me, my philosophy advisor, I could potentially just finish them Tuesday night and still turn in Wednesday. But anyways, I saw him finally in the document editing, and so at the meeting he was like still trying to finish up like reading my conclusion, and it was fine because me and my French advisor were just going through some things my French chapter, and we finished and I just started going through some of the things that he commented, and it wasn't really super duper big things except one super big thing. And they were both like, yeah, like we're kind of confused about this, like is it this or is it this? And I was like, honestly, I'm confused about that. Like the philosopher I'm discussing isn't very clear about it, but it's like such a big thing that like I can't necessarily make an assumption about it, because I could completely change his theory, and my work is not changing his theory. It's pretty much just accepting or denying it as it is. So I was trying to explain to them that, but they weren't really getting it, because they were like, well, you make this big claim in your thesis, and I was like, okay, you guys are right, I do make this big claim in my thesis. It was going a lot back and forth, and I was starting to get defensive, to be honest. And my philosophy advisor was like, it sounds like you're getting defensive. And I was like, I am trying to just say that I don't want to put words in my philosopher's mouth, and I also don't feel like necessarily that was the task of my project. And he was like, but it's your thesis. And I was like, you got me there. It is my thesis. And I think also the other thing was, it was sounding like there was going to be more and more work for me, and that was making me panic because I wanted to turn it in the next day. So anyways, my French advisor was able to calm me down because I started crying. And she was like, you know, like, we really think your conclusion is good. We think that the paper in general is good, but you do need to clarify whether it's this or this. We don't think it'll take you a lot of work to do that. You just need to write a few sentences in your conclusion and make sure that that works with everything else that you say throughout the paper. And I was like, you know what? I completely understand. I am sorry for getting frustrated with you guys. It's not you necessarily, it's just the fact that it sounded like more and more work. So yeah, that's kind of where that ended. I have decided that I'm gonna shoot for turning in Friday morning, and hoping for the best. I have a schedule that I want to lay out, and we're gonna try to stick with that writing wise. So yeah, that's the state of my research paper. But so let's talk about crochet. This weekend was very it wasn't, I'm not really acting like I have a collection launching in 2.5 weeks. Something needs to be done about that. I'm not losing hope quite yet, but I'm giving myself a week. If things don't turn around in a week, we need to start talking. So anyways, this is the current state. Oh, I guess I need to preface this also by saying part of the reason that I decided not to work as hard as I could last night so I could turn in Wednesday was because I really want to be able to wear the outfit that I was planning on wearing, like the green skirt and the green mini NYGC handbag, and I need a few days to complete that in addition. Plus, I really shouldn't do all the edits and turn in at the same time, you know, like I should at least sleep on it for a night and then read it through with a clear mind. So that's why I'm turning in Friday. But it also gives me time to finish up the skirt. I think I'm maybe around 18 to 22 inches, and I need to get somewhere between 40 and 43. I think. Very unclear about that. But we'll get there. And I have not really been working on the bag. So, the goal today is one, not to get sick, because I'm starting to feel a little bit sick. And I cannot get sick right now. 2, I have a checklist of things I want to get done with my research paper today. So I want to do that. And 3, work on this stuff. Yeah. It's really hard to be the type of person that needs sleep. Like, I know so many people who can just push through. And I'm not talking about pulling an all-nighter. That's ridiculous. I don't think anyone should pull an all-nighter. But I mean, like, I went to sleep at like 11:30 last night. And granted, I did wake up at 6:30 yesterday, and I'm waking up at 6:30 today. But can we not stretch it to 1? Like, please, I need time to work. So, yeah, we'll see what tonight holds in terms of progress. I just wanted to update you guys on why I haven't been vlogging a lot this week and what's to come, because I thought I was gonna be done today, but it's fine. Hope you guys are good. Good morning, you guys. Afternoon. Good afternoon, you guys. Been working on my research paper. That was the main thing that was holding me back from launching this whole senior year. I did, in fact, finish my research paper last week and turn it in. However, I had a few more edits than I had hoped that one of my advisors gave me back. And so I didn't have time to both really be able to like hone in and finish my research paper and complete the outfit I wanted to wear at my turn-in. It was fine anyways because the weather was pretty terrible the day of my turn-in, so I just wore the first cardigan I ever wore. I'll put the pictures here. But yeah, that was Friday. Yesterday, which was Saturday, I had a retreat all day for my scholarship, and today's Sunday, March 5th. I've just been working. I woke up like 8:30, 8 o'clock this morning, and I've been working on a second skirt. So this is one ball, that's lighting, please. This is one ball of yarn, and I'm going to try this on and also show you guys the other version of the skirt that I've been working on. I'll explain later. Hold on. Okay, so this is the original one. This is like a ball and a half of yarn, and it's just a little bit too small, and it didn't increase like I thought it was. Let me put it on. Okay, so as you can see, I can like get it on, and I made this for it so that it would fold over, but I would rather just add this on towards the end. And it's starting to get into like my hips and like down to my stomach and my hips, and I wanted this, I didn't want it to be like A-line, but I also didn't want it to be tight, like somewhere in the middle, and this is definitely leaning tight, and by the time I get to my butt, I want it to just like hang down. I don't want it to, you know, slope down my thigh or whatever. So yeah, going to unravel this one, and let's try on the one that I redid. This is the remake. As you can see, it's fitting me a lot better. It still has room around my waist, but it's starting to get looser around my stomach, and I'll have room going into my butt. And yeah, all my skirts, pants, shorts that I make will always have a waistband. I'm thinking for this one, I just want to have a tie waistband. And yeah, I will be starting to unravel that other skirt to use it for this skirt, use the yarn for this skirt. But I think I'm going to move on to something different because I've been working on this all morning. On to the next thing. So I've been talking about this cardigan, the tied up cardigan, for at least the past 2 weeks. I've been saying I'm going to finish it, and today is the day. So the ties currently look like this, and I'm not committed to it because it takes a lot of yarn the way I'm doing it. But I saw this person I'm mutuals with on Instagram demo another way of doing it, so let's give it a try. So the issue with the current way that I'm doing it is, one, I kind of have to guesstimate the length of it because I make the chain and then I chain into said chain, and when I do that it shrinks from the original length because the second chain is tighter than the first chain, which I want because I don't want the tie-ups to stretch too much over time. However, like I said, it uses up quite a bit of yarn, and two, it's a really long process that I would like to avoid, seeing as I'm going to have to do this 5 times for this cardigan alone. And there's also a blue version of this that is a mid-length. So essentially, ooh, am I doing a tutorial right now? Anyways, okay, so we start with our foundation chain, and then we chain 1, and then through that same chain you go in if I can get it through. The other girl definitely used a lot bigger of a hook than me, but I like smaller hooks because I don't know, I just feel like it lasts better. Okay. Okay, let's just do a regular chain. So we're gonna chain. Oh. Uh-huh. I figured it out. Do I think that this will work for me? Do I even think that I'm currently doing it correct? We might need to revisit the video, because I'm definitely, oh wait, oh, okay, we're restarting. So I have my, what is it called? I'm starting back at the knot, like chain 0. So we're going to chain 1, then we're going to chain 2. Now in the chain 1, we're going to go back through, pull the yarn through, and then pull the yarn through the 2 loops. Then we'll do that again, chain 1, go to the chain before that, pull the yarn through there, and then again. Not super happy with that. Let's look back at the video, because I'm sure I'm doing something wrong. Okay guys, so I refound my mutual's video. Her name is Kazomati, I think. I don't know. She has a YouTube channel and she does a lot of tutorials and stuff. So this is how it's looking. I'm gonna see if I can restart it to better show. So the way she explained it is, what I was trying to say was a foundation is a slip knot. So you start with a slip knot and you pull through, and she said to leave it looser than you typically would, and then pull your yarn through, but make sure to hold your yarn where you're pulling it through so you have like a loop. This is not a tutorial, by the way, but I'm just gonna explain what I'm doing. So then where you're holding the yarn, slip your hook through there. I fucking knew it. And then pull the yarn through the hole, and then pull the yarn through those 2 loops, and then you're gonna see there's like, this is not a tutorial. Well, anyways, now I see like essentially my yarn through 2 loops. In the leftmost loop, I'm going to pull my yarn through and I'm going to pull my hook through, and I'm going to pull the yarn through the leftmost loop, and then pull through again, and then pull through again, pull through again, pull through again, pull. Oh. Oh, 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 oh. Let's act like I didn't just mess up. Let's pretend. Okay, this is a good restarting plot. Okay, so you go through the leftmost loop, you pull the yarn through once, twice. Not me not being able to do it now that I'm trying to explain it. Okay. Bow. 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 Then ding 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 ding. Push through. Push your hook through. Pull the yarn and boing. Push your hook through. pull the yarn through and bow, push, pull, and bow. Now I'm gonna be 100 with you. I don't think that this is exactly how she did it. However, I think it's getting me my desired result. So let me come back after I've done it a few times and we'll see if we're on to something. Okay, so I think I figured it out. However, I'm definitely doing it different from her. And okay, because hers was 100% just a chain, but the way I'm doing it is essentially a single crochet on one side and a chain on the other, which is essentially exactly how I was doing it. It was okay, so before, like I said, I would do the full foundation chain, like the full length, like 400 chains, and then I would chain into that, but it would end up kind of looking like this. And now it's not too stretchy because, like, okay, this is the old one, it has a little bit of give. This is the new one, maybe a little bit more give, but honestly that's probably for the best. This one definitely feels a little bit more thick, whereas this one is definitely like I can squeeze it in a bit more, but I wouldn't say that it's a noticeable difference, and it's about the same, like it looks, whatever dimension we want to call this, it looks about the same. So we're just going to carry on doing this. Additionally, I think that another thing to add to my list of reasons why I don't do tutorials is the fact that I don't crochet like other people. And I'm not saying that in like a I'm trying to be cocky way. I mean, my brain just doesn't compute. My brain, when I crochet and the way I learned how to crochet, my brain looks at how the tutorial is being taught and then it figures out a way to make it make sense for me, as I just did here. So for me to explain how I do things to other people wouldn't really make sense. So yeah, another reason why you'll never get a tutorial from me. But anywho, I'm starting to get hungry, so I'm going to pause for lunch. But when I come back, we're going to have 4 ties. Well, technically 5 ties. Hold me to it. 5 ties. This cardigan's getting finished today. And can I lie to you? It is quite a bit later. I think it's 7:22 p.m. All day, my like when I woke up, not my whole stomach, but just my belly button was hurting, which was weird. But I was like, okay, like that's whatever. But as the day progressed, it started to hurt more and more. And additionally, I finished 2 of the ties, and I hate them. I like the other ones better. I think that I do like the heaviness of the first one. I just don't like how freaking long it takes me to make them. But I just feel like it's a better method. It's at least the best method that I currently know. I will show you guys what it looks like, what the sleeve looks like with the wrong one. Additionally, y'all know I suck at counting, and so I thought I had counted it and that there were 525. So when I did the second one, I was trying to do 525, but I got to 498 and the string ended, and I was like, mind you, I was just reusing the old strings, so there's no, like, they were the same size initially, you know, so I obviously miscounted, and then I tried to fix it, and I got them even. I didn't count them, so I have no idea how long they actually are. I did weave them in, and I'll show you guys. It's not giving, but let me show you. Okay, so here's how it's looking. Sorry for the questionable lighting, but the ties are so freaking long, like way too long. Two, they're not heavy enough, so they can't really. I thought them not being heavy would be a positive thing, but the heaviness makes it easier to make this wider. Like, the idea is that this could be as tight or as loose as an individual wants it. So if they want it to fit more boxy, it can. However, with this design or with this type of tie, it just kind of don't love it. Versus the back, if I can accurately show it, yeah, versus the back, which does have the heavier tie, it just kind of feels more locked in. And the other thing I forgot to mention when I was talking about wanting to switch this is the fact that I don't just use this way of doing my ties for this jacket. It's also what I'm going to be using for the corsets I'll be making, as well as the like bralette tops that I'll be making. And I was just thinking about it and the way that I make those. I think that this is just a better way for me personally, and I'm just going to have to get over it being so time consuming. If the worst that it is time consuming, then I guess I can deal with that. So anyways, I'm actually really glad I took that nap because I'm feeling ready to get stuff done. I did work on the lilac medium a little bit before I took a nap. I'm thinking I'm in a crochet mood, so I'll probably work on the pink skirt and then either get back to working on the purse or work on the ties again. But yeah, take a break when you need a break, because between my stomach and the cardigan, I wanted to wrap it up. And now look, an hour later and I'm ready to go after I eat a sandwich.